Krystal, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be talking about gastric sleeve surgery and all of the questions that you guys have been asking me. I did a poll on my Instagram and you guys had so many different questions, so I thought it would be a great video to do about my gastric sleeve surgery, the process, and anything in between or anything in regards to the surgery as a whole. So I have the questions here from Instagram, so I'm basically just going to read off of that and go ahead and get right into the questions. All right, so the first question was, do you still feel pain and are you feeling better? So this is a quick and easy question. No, I don't really feel any pain. The soreness with your wounds and your incisions, of course, they will last a little bit longer as they're healing, but I don't feel any like physical pain. And yes, I am feeling much better. I am officially 2 weeks and 2 days post-op, so that's what, 17 days or 16 days. Look, I ain't never been good at math, y'all. So I'm doing really good at this time. So question number 2, have you seen any results yet? So yes, I have seen results. A lot of people have been telling me through social media, and even when my mom was here, they could see my weight loss in my face first. And that's something that I'm actually really happy about, because I love myself, don't get me wrong, at my bigger stage, but also I want my face to look a little bit more, put together, not, as chunky. So people were saying they see it in my face. And then of course I can see the inches off of my stomach. So I do see results, and it's only been 2 weeks. And then of course the liquid diet of course helps you lose a little bit of weight as well, but I didn't really see full results until after surgery. So that's that. Question 3, how long was the procedure? I'm not exactly sure how long it was because of course I was knocked out from anesthesia, but I believe the procedure can be anywhere between 2 to 4 hours. They just allow that time frame, in case of complications, or just to make sure they're doing everything properly and to get you back to where you need to be depending on the hospital you're in. So it can be anywhere between that time frame. So question number 4, my tits are huge. I don't want to lose them. How does losing weight in those areas go? So unfortunately, I don't feel like I'm the best person for that specific question, just because this is my first time actually really losing weight. But I haven't lost so much weight yet to the point where I feel like I'm losing it in my boobs or my butt and what have you, but I am a little scared of that process because I'm already a C cup, which I feel like is the perfect size for me. However, a lot of people say as you lose weight, of course, those areas will, lose weight too. And so you will go down in a couple sizes. So just keep that in mind. But I know, like my mom stated, a few things you can do to try to lessen that is to wear like your bras still all day, every day if you can, to keep them lifted up. And then they have like the compression type of bras from this website called Bali, B-A-L-I. And that's where she got like a bra from. And I guess it helped her to keep her boobs up so they won't sag, but I'm not sure about actually like keeping the same size. So that might be something that, is a little bit trial and error, and it varies from person to person. Alrighty, so question 5, what was something that happened after the surgery that you didn't expect? Something that happened after the surgery, like that day of, I threw up blood. It's after I woke up when I tried to drink a tiny sip of water. I didn't expect that to happen, but that was normal, but I didn't know of that. And so I was a little bit scared at first, but, that was something I didn't expect. And then I didn't expect to have such bad heartburn or acid reflux, what have you. And I didn't expect it to be in my shoulder. Like, it was really bad. That was the worst part. Gas, acid reflux, it was just really bad. And the gas went to your shoulder. And I was telling my mom, and I was a little like out of it, but I was like, how the fuck does it get up there anyway? Like, what is it doing in your shoulder? you know, but you know, that's just a part of the process of that procedure. So that was something I didn't expect. I didn't expect to have so much love around me. Like, I know that I'm loved from family and friends and peers and even you guys as viewers, but I didn't expect so many people to stop by, so many people to send flowers, so many people to check in, to, you know, send me things. It just had my heart so mushy, but I'm very grateful. So that's just some things that I didn't expect post-op. Question number 6, is your tummy still bloated? Is it itchy? Because mine is itchy as fuck. So my tummy hasn't been bloated nor itchy. That didn't happen to me at all. My wounds and incisions are healing. They didn't really itch at all. Now I'm at the point where I can put Eucerin lotion on it, which is great because that's the lotion that I use anyway. So all is well with that. And I don't think I've had any bloating. I've been just eating normal, well, not normally, but you know, eating as I'm supposed to with my stages. Yeah, so I can't really quite ask that question, but if you have problems with that and you're watching this video, I would suggest you to just talk to your doctor and see if there's anything that they can help you with in regards to that. Question 7, how was your first 2 weeks post-op? So my first 2 weeks, so the first week post-op, I would say it was a little bit rough, you know, getting used to being back home, and, you know, trying to move as like I did before the surgery. You know, a lot of things were a little bit difficult at first. Like, my bed is a little bit higher, so getting in and out of bed, you know, it kind of like, it wasn't an excruciating pain, but it was a little bit, you know, I had to move slow and it hurt a little bit, you know, depending on how you moved. You could feel it in your stomach and on your wounds. Getting in the shower, my showers were very slow. I couldn't move as fast, or if I did move as fast, it would hurt a little bit. And then just getting used to not even being able to drink your water at the same pace you used to was a little bit annoying at first, because you know, when you're thirsty and you know you're dehydrated, you want to just gulp a bottle of water down, you know, get straight to the point. But with this, you can't do that. You have to take small sips, you have to take your vitamins, and you have to, you know, eat your little bit of applesauce or whatever your liquids are. And you know, you have to take things slow. And then moving into the second week, you know, still taking it slow, but just trying to move around more. I went and walked around the mall one day for about an hour. I walked to like my mailbox, you know, doing smaller things to help keep me going. I was just pacing up and down in my apartment just to keep my body moving, and just trying to uptake my protein and drink plenty of water still. So the first two weeks post-op, they weren't too bad. You know, I feel like the first 3 days are like your, not gonna say the worst, but they are the ones that are just gonna be, you're really gonna feel how you feel, but after that, you're good to go. How are your scars healing and what are you doing to care for them? So once again, you can't put anything on your scars until after 2 weeks post-op, when you go to your post-op doctor's appointment, and then they will tell you what you can and cannot put on your scars. So when you leave the hospital, they tell you when you take a shower, don't, you know, try not to like really scrub and wash hard on those incisions. And of course, don't put any scented soaps, any bath oils or washes or anything on it. Just use a regular sensitive skin soap or antibacterial soap, and just, you know, wash your body regularly, because you're still going to have, it's like a clear kind of like glue on your incisions, and they have to peel off naturally. So you want to let them do their thing. But after your 2 weeks, they'll start to come off, and then your incisions are healing. So then you can start, you know, maybe just scrubbing just a little bit to make sure the rest of this stuff comes off. And then you can use Eucerin lotion on your wounds to, you know, so you won't be so ashy. Next question is, how has your relationship with food as a whole and outlook as a whole changed? So for me, I wouldn't say I had a horrible relationship with food, and if I did, I just didn't really look at it that way. I just wanted to do this surgery to drop my weight fast and to maintain a good weight and to have those healthier eating habits, because this kind of makes you. So I would say my outlook on food now, though, is changing a little bit. Like, I'm already saying, like, I don't want to eat heavy meats like steak and, pork and different things like that. Even though some people can post-op as they continue to figure out what they can and can't eat. I just don't want to really go that route. I want to stick to like more, healthier stuff. And so I feel like my outlook is going to change as I continue to change and as I continue to go through the stages of foods that I'm trying, well, retrying and learning that's for my body. And yeah, I think my outlook now is just like, I don't want to just eat to eat. I want to eat and use my food as fuel for my body. I don't want to just be like, oh, I want to try that. I mean, and then there's nothing wrong with trying new foods, but I don't want to just be trying everything in sight or, just overindulging rather. I don't want to, just, oh, I have this left, let me make sure I eat it. I want to be like, okay, this, and this is going to be good for my body. This is what I need to eat. This is what I'm going to eat. And, I might need to spruce it up a little bit. That's okay. But I think just, making sure I'm just eating to fuel my body instead of just eating anything in sight. That's kind of how my outlook is changing. Are there certain requirements? I want one. So I guess you're saying you want the surgery. I'm not sure of the exact requirements, so don't quote me. You might want to look this up or talk to your doctor or a bariatric surgeon doctor. However, I know like some people may have to lose weight before they can have the surgery. It just depends on what weight you're starting out as. And it just depends on what weight, it basically depends on what weight you're starting out as. So for me, I was around 245. My highest weight ever is probably been like 250 or so. And so, I'm at a good weight where I was considered obese. So as long as you meet that requirement, your insurance checks out, and I think like your vitals and everything are good and different things like that as far as your health, then you're good to go. But once again, I'm not quite sure. So it just depends. You have to be between a certain BMI and weight range, I believe, and things like that before you can be able to have the surgery. So the next question is how and when to travel after the sleeve. So immediately when you get the sleeve, they tell you to try to hold out on like driving, especially if you're one of those people like to sit over top the steering wheel. Thank God I'm not that person, but I held out from driving and doing any traveling, especially like, for the holidays. I was debating on going home, but they do tell you like if you're driving or sitting for long periods of time right after surgery, it could cause you to have blood clots and different things like that because you're too still. So I just, refrain from doing those things. So if that's you, just try to restrain from doing any traveling and stuff right after. And also you don't want to risk getting sick, especially if you got your surgery or get your surgery in like those cold winter months. You're already exposed with your incisions and different things like that, and then the last thing you want to do is get a cold or catch the flu or God forbid anything worse. And so they just recommend you to stay home, try to rest up, move within your house, or maybe go outside for a second, but try not to do too much because you don't want to risk getting sick, getting blood clots, and just any other complications. Well, have you been getting cravings after your surgery? So honestly, so far, I haven't had any bad cravings after surgery. Like if my friends come over and they have food, or if I see something like on somebody's story on Instagram, I'm like, oh, that looks good. But I haven't really craved anything. And I think my body had gotten used to like the liquid diet and the protein shakes. But I do know once I am able to eat like fully, I am going to get me some sushi. I love sushi. I was craving it during my pre-op. I haven't really craved anything post-op, but I know regardless of what I'm craving, I got to get that sushi. But yeah, I haven't really had any in-depth cravings, so I'm happy about that because I know that's like a bittersweet feeling, a bad feeling sometimes where you really want something, but you have to refrain. So I'm glad about that. If you could mentally prepare someone for pre and post mental preparation, like what would you, say or do? I would say, to prepare, I just made sure because for me, for that process, especially like for pre-op, I was like, okay, to beat the, to make sure that I don't get strayed away from what I'm supposed to be doing, I tried to stay in the house most of the time. I did go out on the weekend, and because I wanted to test myself and see if I could do it or how I would feel. And of course I did great. However, if you are that person and you believe that you wouldn't be able to handle like going out on the weekend and going out with friends for your pre-op, knowing that you can only have liquids, then don't do it. Stay home, relax. I mean, do tons of self-care, watch your favorite YouTube videos, write in your journal, which is a big help. Writing in my journal, planning out for the new year, because I did my surgery in December, this process in December, making sure that I had gifts for Christmas, doing things that needed to get done and staying busy really helped me pre-op. And just making sure I had everything that I was going to need for surgery day and after surgery, like making sure I had a comfy outfit, packed my hospital bag, just preparing and making sure you have everything and just tending to yourself during that time, I think is the best thing you can do for yourself pre-op. And then afterwards, post-op, honestly, stay in the house. It's helped me a lot. I did, once or twice maybe look on social media and felt like, oh, I'm missing out on the Christmas parties, or I'm missing out on this. And then I'm like, what are you really missing out on? You've partied it up this year. You've hung out with all of your friends. All of them that came and saw you since you've been out. You've had a good time in the house. You've caught up on your shows. You're getting, back into your content. Everything is good. So just making sure that you're reassuring yourself, keep your loved ones close, the ones that are going to help keep you motivated and pushing you to keep going. And, just stay, if you're, religious, stay into your Bible and keep writing in your journal, and honestly you'll be good, and stay prayed up. That's my advice to keep you mentally motivated, and mentally up to par during this phase. So the next question is, how much was the cost? I have been considering it, but just don't know where to start. So I believe this part varies for different reasons. It depends on who your surgeon is. It depends on who your insurance is through. And it depends on where you go. So for me, I did my surgery here in Charlotte, North Carolina, with the #1 bariatric surgeon in Charlotte, which is Dr. Thomas Gavigan. Loved him. He's a great doctor. And my insurance is Blue Cross Blue Shield. For me and my insurance and what I have going on, the total was around $18,000, but I only had to pay $700 out of pocket. But I know other people who may have lesser or higher values depending on who their insurance was through, and they may have to pay more out of pocket, or they even have to pay less. I know someone in one of the support groups I'm in, they only had to pay about $500. So it just depends on who your insurance is through and who your surgeon is. And then you have some people who go out of the country and go to Mexico to get their gastric sleeve, and their process is different. Their surgery is less costly, and it's a different realm that I'm not really too sure about, but I know it's not as expensive as it is getting it in the States. So it just depends on what route you go through, who your insurance is, and who your doctor is as well. Someone asked if I needed to lose weight beforehand to be approved. Because my weight wasn't as high as others, I did not have to lose any weight. My nutritionist and my doctor actually suggested me to not exercise and to try not to lose any more weight, just because of the size that I was at. It wasn't too hefty, but also it was still considered obese. So they wanted you to just stay at that weight, so when you have your surgery, then you will begin to see those results quickly. How has your appetite been, and are you sensitive to smells? I will say my appetite has been okay. I eat my food in bits and pieces, in like increments, like 15-minute increments. I'll take a bite of something and put it down. I'll stay busy and then go back to it. That's why when I post certain meals, it usually takes me about like 2 hours just to eat one meal, just because I'm not, trying to eat it all in one setting, or I might get full and then later on I'll get hungry again and then I'll go and finish it. So that's how my appetite has been. And sensitive to smells, I don't believe so. I feel like I've always had a good nose when it comes to smelling things, especially like around the house. If it's a, you know, dirty, nasty smell, a trash can or candles and stuff, I feel like I've already been good at that. So I don't think that has heightened or, you know, lessened. But I will say, you know, I believe that has happened to a lot of people where they feel like, you know, their senses kind of like open up after this surgery. I don't know why, but as you continue to just like read in like the group chats that I'm in, a lot of people tell you different things they go through. So it wouldn't surprise me if that happens. So someone asked, how much have I lost thus far? So far I have lost 16 pounds. When I went to the doctor, it was 15. Now I'm at 16. So it has been 16 days, right? 14, 56. Yeah, about a week and 2 days. So yeah, 16 and 16 is not bad, huh? So yeah, I've lost about 16 pounds since the surgery and since the whole entire process as a whole. So that's not bad. To lose that much weight in 1 month is great. So I'm proud of my progress. And then once I can start walking and exercising, well, I can walk now, but once I start really like hardcore exercising or easing into my exercising, I'll lose even more. So stay tuned for that journey. I have one more, and someone said, for someone interested in this journey, what are the first steps to take? If you're interested in this journey, first talk to your primary care doctor, and then they will either recommend you or let you know that you need to talk to a bariatric doctor, bariatric surgeon. You will make an appointment with them, and then from there they will tell you everything that you need to know about the process, how it typically goes, and what to do moving forward. All right, you guys, so that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I was able to answer some of you guys' questions, or if you're interested in getting the gastric sleeve, I hope I was helpful to you in some way. If I was, please make sure to thumbs up this video. Leave a comment if you have any additional questions that I can answer in the comments below, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.